While the music playing and the hygiene skanking, the sistering dancing. If me see a man, I dance with me woman. Me nah go get jealous, me nah go make no fuss. No matter fighting at the dance, dance. We come to enjoy the city. We come to enjoy the city. Entertainment is a form of enjoyment. No matter fighting at the dance. We come to enjoy the city. We come to enjoy the city. Please, Mr. DJ, nobody feel no way. Let reggae music play in a different style, in a rubber-dub style. Nobody fighting at the dance. We come to enjoy the city. We come to enjoy the city. Everyone keep dancing, keep on smoking, keep on drinking, while the music plays in a different style, in a rubber-dub style, in a different style. Let reggae music play, yeah. Let it play. Nobody feel no way. Please, Mr. DJ, let reggae music play in a rubber-dub style.
I would like to tell you about two clients of mine, a male artist and a female curator. Both have been operating in the field of contemporary art as professional. The artist is now incapable of creating any art, and the curator can't watch any art show at all. I would like to discuss these two clients because although the psychological reasons for their crisis are known to me, I have a hunch that there is another trigger,
a hidden one,
which is not very clear. I believe that the concept of art itself, as it is presented by contemporary artists, might be triggering the crisis of my two patients. Future planning. You are a contemporary artist and a friend of mine. You are efficient and productive. You live a practical lifestyle with an ongoing routine of being in your studio. You are showing your work in commercial galleries that represent you, and the most important art collection in the world buy it. You are the main contributor to your family income, which include your wife and 3 children. Forever now.
Forever now.
You are a different type of artist, because for you to be isolated in the studio is a waste of precious time. As you believe that art shouldn't become a profession, you support yourself by doing casual jobs. You are a family man who looks after your household because your wife is the major contributor to your joint income. Your artworks are shown in museums and independent project spaces. Other artists and art experts appreciate your opinion even though you are impassioned and moody with their ideas.
What is it with you psychoanalysts turning any everyday or casual difficulties into a Greek tragedy? So what if an artist can't make art and the curator can't look at art? Sound perfect to me.
Here we are sitting in a bar. I wouldn't like to run an academic discussion full of references and appendixes. That can happen tomorrow when the level of alcohol drops and the library door will open. My clients are helpless and so am I, and I need your help. This round is on me.
Can you tell us more about the psychological triggers for this crisis? What do you know already?
I agree with Forever Now that we psychoanalysts tend to enlarge
Trivial
events into Greek tragedies. But this is our way of communicating, and I do apologize that it is a bit obvious. The curator, she is a charismatic, impressive woman.
Intellectually and sexually attractive.
Her work, of course, is the most important thing in her life. Actually, her profession is her life. The curator is 43 years old, single, without children. My analysis is that the realization by the curator that she has lost her fertility, when she acknowledged that she would never be able to give birth to her own children, triggered the crisis. Whenever she goes into an art space, she feels extremely tired, sick, short of breath, weak in her stomach, sensitive to light, and her head and muscle ache.
Does this reaction happen in every exhibition or just in a specific kind of exhibition?
Yes, it doesn't make any difference. Every show she enters causes the reaction. She can't view any kind of exhibition. I think she's experiencing a conflict between two sides of her personality. I will explain. She made her career by replacing having children with work. Her profession is actually her child. Making herself the mother and the child was a good practical solution while working in a profession such as art, in which late-night parties and events, traveling the world and late working hours clashes with the devotion needed to bring up children. It was a successful practical solution, yet temporary. The problem began when the child in her became an adult and rejected her mother. As part of their maturity, children have to reject their parents and by that to establish their own independence in themselves and in their environment. This is a normal and legitimate process for the child and the parent, by the end of which they both become individual
personae.
But in the case of the curator, this is a tragedy. While the curator is watching an exhibition, the child in her, her daughter, is telling her, the mother, to go away, to take some distance and let her, the curator, do her job. But since they share the same body, this can't happen, and the unstoppable result is an extremely unbalanced physical reaction.
This is an interesting interpretation. I can see the connection between this analysis and the case of the artist who could not walk after dreaming of meeting Marcel Duchamp. Duchamp is the father figure for contemporary art. I believe that the first mother figure in the arts will be a female curator. Curating is apparently the most important invention of contemporary art and probably the only field from which it can evolve.
What about the artist? What was in the dream that has paralyzed him?
Yes, I have already told you about him in the past. The artist is 44 years old and the father of a girl. He is an ex-veteran infantry soldier who was on duty during the first Palestinian Intifada, 1989. On the night of the 28th December 2008, the same night the Israeli army reoccupied the city of Gaza, this artist dreamed of meeting Duchamp. In the dream, Duchamp and the artist were going to enter a house, but the journey couldn't be completed because he was woken up by
The voice
of his daughter calling him from her room. Duchamp chose to enter the house with two other people, aging pensioner. In my view, they are the artist's biological parents, and they stand in contrast to Duchamp, the artist's spiritual father. I believe, like the curator, that the artist is experiencing how two parts of his personality can't be united. The biological and the spiritual fathers in him are fighting an uncompromising war with each other. This war was triggered by
the invasion of Gaza.
the spiritual father is blaming the biological father for being in favor of parenting over creating and criticizing art. The biological father is blaming the spiritual father in emotionally ignoring the unfolding disaster of the killing of children in Gaza. He's blaming the spiritual father of being willing to walk with Duchamp into the house instead of helping the girl who needed him. But even he can feel the missed opportunity of not joining the journey with Duchamp. It is still unknown what would have happened in the house. In my understanding is both the dreamed biological and spiritual parents who have reached their peace, whilst as the dreaming living father, the artist, he was left outside of it. the solution is hidden from him, so the artist stays creatively paralyzed.
I'm not totally sure what you want from us as artists. As I recall, we were turned on during the opening part of the play.
Yes, you are right. You did not exist during my prologue. I was describing the psychological state of my clients, and I say that I have a feeling that the meaning behind the concept of art itself is contributing to the crisis.
Your definition of professionalism needs some thought. I am the artist of thoughts. My main belief is that if one
desires
to live life fully, then any activity such as making art is a waste of time. Living is a creation by itself. Still, making art in a studio is useful because recognizing waste can be useful. It acknowledges the logical contradiction in our existence.
it is an acknowledgement of failure.
My name is Forever Now because I believe the horizon always exists in the present. I can control and change the loopholes of my own existence. So don't judge me by my personal financial situation, because this is not what professionalism is about. If you reassess the tools you are trying to analyze me with, you might find a new way to look at your two clients. The answer might be just around the corner. A professional can't understand contraproductivity. Contraproductivity appears when an image can be dissolved into abstraction, or when form collapses into material, performance into rave, idea into matter, and attitude into behavior. It is when a life itself becomes a living experimental art performance. That can't happen when art is made under restriction imposed by professionalism. Personally, I think most of creation made by today's pros are not art, and art shouldn't be made into a profession. For me, the curator can't view artworks, and the artist who is creatively paralyzed
Symbolize
a state of utopia, the highest state of creation. Their problem lies in their inability to accept their predicaments. We will celebrate their achievement by building a new type of museum and call it the Museum of Never Ending. In this museum, every show adds to the previous one. Nothing is moving out of this exhibition space. The participating artist will have to consider those who follow them,
the later ones
have to adjust to the work already exists in the space. They will be able to rearrange the space, but nothing will move out of it.
there is no end date for the project.
The curator can't watch art should be offered to curate this project on condition that you will allow the artist who can't make art to be the first to exhibit. I'm sure that this practical exercise will cure your clients and change art forever now.
And selling my sculptures in the conventional way, but
I'm not happy with
the economy of art of our time. It is forcing us professionals to be engaged in duplication and repetition of our creations. We can't evolve under this limitation that we have been imposed on ourselves. I believe the art profession will change when we change the products of art, objects, performances and actions. When the product of art is the artist himself, or even the curator, the museum, gallery, collectors, or the viewer, they will change too. My name is Future Planning because I believe that art should aim to reveal its meaning in the future. The horizon exists in the future, and the present is a transitional tool, a mechanism to be used for reaching the horizon. We, the artists, are making a path to that horizon when we create an object or action to fulfill our future. But creation will eventually create its own future, and by that will contribute to
other people's futures.
Instead of announcing that art shouldn't be a profession, let's change the concept of our profession of art. On a practical level, I can say that your two clients, the paralyzed artist and the curator, are suffering. They are experiencing the pain of existence which has resulted from the way of contemporary art interpreting reality with a retrospective horizon, always looking at itself to justify the present. They've become passive. Passive objects are the best instruments to feed with new ideas and targets. We can force them into labor and make them slaves. They will become robots. They will be assigned to a web archive in which data scripts will be uploaded into them. The artist robot and the curator robot will behave according to those scripts. After the conversion into robots, the artist will be able to create a very large and versatile vocabulary of work, and the curator will be a generator machine for never-ending ways of thinking and making interpretations. They will be the faces, the physical presence of a global community, but also free of personal justification of their actions. By converting into robot, your two clients will be reproduced into new creative identities. They will overcome their personal dilemmas and will change the future of art.
You are two different artists. Your opinions are mirror images of each other. Still, both of you use the same kind of voice while you are trying to help me and my two clients. In your own way, both of you suggest that the paralyzed artist and curator should find a way to come back to art and become active creators again. Forever now, in your very special way, you suggest
I am the DJ of the show. I am the DJ in the show. I am the technician, the operator here. When I say move, now stop, you are robots, and your word is a show, and the show is me. Now, neither of you robots suggested that it will be good for the paralyzed artist and the curator to quit art indefinitely. Okay. 20 years ago, when I was student at the Art Academy, I realized that discussion in the art world is elitist, artist talk which ignore basic needs such as fun, care, and immediate and easy satisfaction. Music is experienced first by the body. Thinking and understanding might come later. I made myself a DJ and played in parties all over the world. When I asked them to dance, they danced. When I asked them to listen, they stopped. Now I am here. Don't ask what art can do for you, ask what you can do for art. This song is dedicated to all the artists who are not doing art anymore.
1, 2, 3, 4.
show.